ducks. We are back. Our health is low. Very raggedy here. Like it should open this one. Somewhere around here, clear the area. Gotta use the fire meter here. I'm gonna have to fight him in the other thing. And I wonder if now that I killed him in this room, if he's gone from the other one. I gotta fight his dumbass again. And I shouldn't call him a dumbass because he just rocked me right there. So if he's a dumbass, what does that make me? Alright. The only thing that I can think of is Fire Reaver. Does something with the fire over here. We can get rid of it. Move it around. I don't know. Very perplexed. I'm gonna clear out all the enemies, I suppose. The only thing that I can think of. Or I gotta climb. Maybe I gotta use the air reaver. It's the light reaver though. That doesn't qualify. Oh my god. Oh, okay, yeah, I think that it did make it go away. All of the stuff. If you notice that. I'm gonna grab the flame. I don't know why. Oh, the light one's gonna be more useful. You know, and I was just talking to a friend of mine too. In Soul Reaver, the original, there is the Flame Reaver, and it actually, I would say, is a pretty good upgrade from the regular Reaver. That's the only one that there is in that game. I thought there was like several. Oh, you get like a Water Reaver, etc. But no, really, it's just the one. Oh my god. That's great. I think they're probably gonna ass kicked. Another one of these assholes? I think I will dematerialize too. I forget if your health drains. I think that it will. And I gotta see if they just burst into flames by. Of course. It was necessary though. A lot of souls. A lot of souls in this game. Crazy. Maybe. Oh. Right. I should have used more of those souls. Oh. Oh. It's no go. Alright, you bastard. That's another round. Get fucked. Tear your ass up between his knees. Legs. Kids. Here, and Dark Forge. Just kind of where we met Sporador. I almost said Nubraptor. Nubraptor's first game. He's the Temple of the Mind. I almost want to go back and play that one now. I have it. I have a retro console. I have the original Legacy of Kain Blood Omen, and I'd almost love to go back and see this journey. I don't mean this dude, Raziel. It's all takes place from Kain's perspective. he gets assassinated. It's like I said, it's an echo of the plot of Soul Reaver, that he's like a type of lord or something like that. He's not like super high up on the political ladder, but he's someone of moderate, you know, like a wealth or class or whatever. Not the most important person in the world, but anyways, he gets assassinated during one of his travels. He's fucking pissed. He's like, you know, and he doesn't even know that it's like part of like a political thing. He thought they were just like robbers. He's like, I want to come back just to like punish those people. And like within like the first, I would say like 10 minutes of the game, like you already find those people and just fuck them up. And he's like, all right, well what now? Now that I've done that, I don't want to be like a hideous vampire anymore. And they're like, well you already are. There's nothing you can do about that. But they're like, hey, people that killed you weren't just like random like robbers. They were like all part of like a political scheme, and you gotta find the people that did that and go after them. And that kind of sets you on the path. I heard back in the day, whenever you see like doors and stuff like that, that it's loading. That's how they see loading games. I don't care. Doesn't bother me whatsoever. That again. That again.
Shall not pass.
I gotta fight this guy here. Alright, that wasn't so bad. You weren't so bad, buddy. Ass again, like the 15th time. You're gonna be like, how's it going, Raziel? And Raziel's gonna be like, come on, man. You lied to me about everything. Like, Raziel, do. And it's gonna be a confrontation right here. I can already sense it. Black thing. Maybe I don't. Maybe I think to go backwards, I don't need the black thing. I'll try to. That's what the air thing is for. I get it. So this used to be all underwater. Shit. I think there's like a glare on my TV because I keep my window blinds open in the morning. Because I have a house plant. I have a snake plant. I should probably get some water here in a little bit. I have a snake plant, and every morning, I'm sure that it loves to see the sun's rays. Anyways, it creates a glare on my TV. These assholes are gonna show up. Oh my god. Disturbing. Oh, I ain't jumping down. Oh. Lord. Ah! Got rid of it in this remaster, but like I feel like previously, remember the Soul Reaver was like fully like charged, it like did more damage, but like it also like drained your health a lot. had like any of the other Reavers right now. I cannot see shit. At least like the light Reaver kind of functions as like a flashlight. Probably already is in the correct settings. Sorry, I'm messing with the brightness of the TV. Give me 1 second, guys. Let's do preference. This is like 2% better, but this 2% is enough to. So now I can actually see the walls around me. It's really just everything looks black. Why wouldn't there be? It looks like these enemies in the game, they don't provide any souls or anything like that. Man, I get that you need the air one. Where am I supposed to hit it, guys? Is that what I think it is? Oh my god. Oh, no, it's not. I think that this is an air font. Darkness font. I'm supposed to go get that now, right? It is there though. There's the fire font. I don't know where I'm going precisely. I've never done any of this stuff, but it just moving along. This game seems a lot more like linear and less exploratory than the other ones. Kind of like that. I was saying earlier how after this game they ended up making Defiance. Legacy of King Defiance, and it was where there was actually 2 protagonists who played both Kane and Raziel. That was more of like an action game. I think I probably got most of the way through it. I forget if there was a Defiance Part 2. There we go.
You have failed me, Raziel.
I wonder, Old One, did you truly resurrect me, or were you simply there when I awakened from my torment in the abyss? I suspect you found me merely convenient, dropped in your lair by Cain, indestructible for some reason, a durable and gullible tool for you to manipulate. This one thing I readily admit. I have been used by others time and again, but always I seem to stray from their path. What is it about me, demon, that makes me such an unreliable instrument? Why do I survive one trial after another, on and on, in an endless succession of humiliating deaths and resurrections? It seems there is much more to my destiny and my history than I know. Perhaps more than you know as well.
Fucked up on the graphics, as you can see a little bit. 3 of them now. I didn't mean there to be 3. I don't know, and I tried looking it up literally last night. There was like more secret areas or whatever, and like videos, there were playthroughs kind of like mine, but they didn't. I'm not gonna click a 2-hour playthrough to see if there's gonna be a couple of secrets along the way. Especially if it's not labeled. If they were kind of explaining, oh, this is the one we're doing the secrets or whatever, at least label them, at least be like, oh, now I'm doing this and this part, something. We're headed the correct way. What's going to happen to the pillars, too. We're going to see what's her ass past. She may not be dead yet. Maybe I'm the assassin, although I thought that, like, Malik was. Malik is, like, one of the bosses of, like, the first game that you have to fight. He's the person imprisoned in a suit of armor that whenever the vampire Vordor attacked, like, a human, like, refuge, Malik, like, nowhere to be found. He was, like, hanging out with, like, his girlfriend or something like that. So he got there late and ended up killing like all the sorcerers or whatever. So for him failing to protect the circle, because he's like a guardian of the circle, they're like, we're gonna imprison you in that suit of armor. So there's like a lot of themes of that, like different characters in this game, and by that I mean like characters who are trapped in bodies that they think are like humiliating to them. Like Raziel doesn't want to be this deteriorated winged creature, and it was also sapped away from him. And everything turned into a vampire. But ironically, that didn't bother him at the start of Soul Reaver 1. He knows that he used to be human and that he was turned. He didn't know that he was like a seraphim, though. Sorry, I'm just looking at my messages for a tenth of a second there. I guess it was longer than that. Nonetheless, I want to get part with Ariel, if he is going to appear right here. See, and then I also want to get to the Seraphim place. Look at this. There's fucking bodies here at the pillars as well. Hi, Raziel. Really? Oh my god. Inferno! Kill fire demons within 1 minute. Doors to the Seraphim Arena. Oh, I bet you a rare achievement. I don't know how rare it was. I'm gonna have to look that up here in a bit. But it's like, even it knew, dude, you're a gangster if you're like. I had no choice. I was like, I was gonna die either way. So I say I got kind of lucky there. The combat is not sophisticated in this game to where I think that I have any sort of proficiency or skill at it. It was more so that it just looked out in my favor. Close here, I bet. Yes. I have one of these. Let's use this. Did I come in there or no? No, I didn't, right? I think I did, though. about to be here again.
Over there.
There. Underwear? Light one, I'm assuming to break that. Oh! Hey, there's a fire one. It's here. There's the save point. Now you wanna run. Fire one. Well, of course we gotta go check out what the fire does. These sorcerer people are actually looking behind you. They're really easy to kill. They can't block. They don't have a weapon to block with. You have to run around and attack them, but right now they're free health for me. Melt all the water is what I believe is going to happen. Well, I think what that's going to do is that's going to also let me go to the other side. Let's check it out, right? There's this water. I think that it must be so I can swim in there is probably what it is. It's like, yeah, the door opens, but you still gotta swim in. So it's two things at once. Now I need the light one. Stop, demon! Ugh. Traverse some area here just to get back to a font. There's a fire one. Okay, we didn't need that. We need a light one. I feel like we should have already seen all this stuff. Like, there's no way it would make us backtrack this far. There's darkness one. Light one at. There's a wind one. Oh my god. Press RB. Do that. Except those enemies locking me on. Fast real quick. Why is this? I gotta deactivate this? It's like completely not working. That's the way back up there, obviously. Yeah, there you go, that's why.
Get it!
Over there!
Really, I'm just trying to get. Watch this monkey spawn. Really, I'm just trying to get. Light fawn. Walk back all the way over here for nothing. What should be like direction? Here we go. There's that. One. Darkness. Why not? Go the other way. If I don't want to. I think this takes us back up to the waterfall. Yeah. So we're supposed to go left. Fire one.
There's another one.
Another one? What do you mean another one? There's more of me running around? Blue people? Or they just be vaguely vampire? For a group post, Marvel Rivals. I haven't quite found a character that I can just solidly say I want to be. Did have an MVP game with Groot, like on my second try. Didn't really even know what I was doing. Fire one over here. Why are there two fire ones so close by each other? Oh, you guys are pissing me off. Great. That gave me a lot of health. It was good. We're up here, but no effect.
Here it comes.
Done it. I didn't ask for that. I'm assuming that I wanted to melt the ice, that way those doors could open, otherwise it wouldn't. I'd be like, no. Something tells me that, once again, they're following us in here. Happen in here. This way. I wonder if Silent Hill 4 was like inspired by this. If you remember Silent Hill 4, you go through like all these like, areas, and then like halfway through the game, it's like you basically play through like in reverse order like all the levels that you've been to. And like it moves some stuff around, to be fair. The rooms aren't all exactly the same or whatever, but it does feel kind of like a slog. This game's not as bad about it, in my opinion. I think it's kind of cool that you see
Seize him!
context. Sees me? You guys wouldn't even have a chance. First person to get hit. To fight those enemies right there. It's not like they were like a really hard challenge. I wonder who's like the director when it comes to that, where they're like, no, there needs to be a quick fight. Maybe to restore your health before something's about to happen. Here's like the big area.
Suddenly and inexplicably, I discovered the Reaver suspiciously laid across my path. Again, I sensed nothing of that temporal distortion, the peculiar sense of displacement I had felt when I encountered the Reaver in William's chapel. Cornered here with the blade, I suffered the same nameless dread that I had experienced when Janos first presented the Reaver to me. I felt at once repelled by the blade, and yet overwhelmingly compelled to seize it.
So, Raziel, here we are, finally. You have no choice but to confront me now. And I am not so foolish as I've let you believe. We have business to conclude.
You knew I would lead the Seraphim to Janos, you vile bastard. You've been orchestrating my every move.
Oh shit, you
My
idiot.
destiny is an amusement to you.
It was fun while it lasted. I think not, Raziel. Malik, do not let this creature live.
It's Malik.
He poses a danger to the circle. Poor, deluded Raziel. Did you somehow
Stole his flesh.
imagine you had the guile to change history on me? I'm the time streamer. I knew your every intention before you did, you imbecile.
Is.
Lord Mobius, there is trouble within. The circle is under
Hold
attack.
fast, Malik. This one is the real danger to us.
What are you trying to concoct here, Mobius?
You toxic creature. Did you imagine I'd simply allow you to run loose, corrupting everything you encounter?
I admit that I've underestimated you to this point, Mobius. It's a mistake I won't repeat.
Wrong again, Raziel. Now, Malik, bolt the door.
Using his staff to disable my Wraithblade, Mobius effectively disarmed me, leaving me with only one choice of weapon. And yet I confess, it was not the lack of options, but blind rage that made me take up the Reaver. In my fury, it felt as though my hand had acted of its own will. And now that same hand clutched the hilt with unyielding strength, and I felt a constrained tingling, a remote but palpable sense of longing, as the disabled Wraithblade tried vainly to embrace its physical twin.
I feel like we're nearing the end of the game here. Well, he locked that way, so we're gonna have to go the other way, obviously. To the left. A lot of these little glitches on his hairline.
Come to take your revenge, demon.
Back to hell with you!
I recognize these two as my former brethren, in life as Sarafan, and in unlife as Cain's vampire sons. Melchiah and Zephon, the weakest of Cain's brood. These bastards had no idea what future lay in store for them, how they would become the very thing they so despised. The Reaver hummed with ravenous anticipation. Janos had
Don't fight
called
him.
it a vampiric blade, endowed with the power to drain its victims of their lifeblood. I was eager to see what the Reaver would do to these two.
Alright. This would be a part if I was a kid, like, what if you don't fight me? I can't even hurt you. Part of the game. It's a shame because they were really good fighters. The game was not treating it to where like I'd be dead if I didn't have sort of the health thing happening right now. I feel like it's happening to them also. Yeah, finally. This is what turned them into the vampires, though. Aziel kills them.
As Melchiah and Zephon fell before my blade, I felt the Reaver's bloodthirst as keenly as I ever had when I was still a vampire. I could sense the boundary between us dissolving. The Reaver was consumed with my rage, and I was intoxicated by its bloodlust. The blade had a vitalizing effect on me. My physical energy no longer decayed over time, and the wounds inflicted by my foes healed almost instantly. The Reaver had made me invincible.
Okay, that explains.
Now that I had taken it up, the Reaver and I were inescapably joined. The harder I tried to release the blade, the more tightly my hand gripped the hilt, as if possessed of its own will.
Try to drop it right now. So let me put it down for a second. Around, so I can put it down. It's like, no. Slippin' a burger. My friend's text. My friend's going to pick up her kids here in a little bit. I'm not sure how far that is, period. Alright. Going on the right track, obviously, because we're getting more cutscenes. I know how you guys lied about Janos Aldrin.
you come to
History's all
reclaim
lie.
the monster's black heart?
You'll have to get through us first.
My former brethren, Duma and Rahab, confronted me next. This all seemed so elegantly choreographed. Exhilarated by the Reaver, I was drunk with revelations. I could finally appreciate the delicious irony of Cain's blasphemous private joke, and I reveled as I colluded with him across the centuries. For it was I who put these bastards in their tomb, thus providing the corpses for Cain to raise as his vampire sons a millennium from now.
Yeah, man. And I guess that kind of makes sense where he was like, oh, they were noble. And I always thought, well, they were just killing vampires. Like, vampires were the natural enemies of human beings. Not like they can coexist, but I guess they were also killing those winged creatures that are like aren't vampires.
Here at last was my brother Turel, who along with Duma would bear me into the abyss without questioning Cain's command. So dutiful and righteous, even as a vampire. I guess some habits die hard. The vampire Turel had eluded my vengeance. The Sarafan Turel would not.
Yeah, that's a fuck up. Why didn't I think they actually wanted to do more. They were gonna do like a whole other area if I remember correctly, and they just didn't get a chance to do it. I really, really regret that they I'm literally like, as soon as I'm gonna be done with this gameplay, go to my phone and look at like Soul Reaver 2 secrets. Because I've done like a pretty vanilla playthrough, you know, nothing fancy. I just wanted to know if there's like any other abilities and stuff that I'm missing. Maybe they just didn't incorporate that in this game.
So, vampire, here we are. You've destroyed my brethren, and now you've come for me. You'll find I'm not such easy prey. I don't want to kill you, but I will if I must. Return the heart to me, and we can end this now. So, you've come to avenge that filthy parasite and reclaim his foul heart. You're a righteous fiend, aren't you? Apparently I am. No, vampire. This is where it for Janos? No, that beast had eluded us for far too long. It would have been a shame to end him too quickly. It's ironic, really. The great Janos Ordrin turned out to be no challenge at all. Thanks to you. Did you hear his cowardly screams when I tore that black heart out of his carcass?
The fight words. It's got like a fencing style. Stab him in the nuts.
You.
Achievement: 25 Blade of Vengeance. Avenge Janos' death.
And so it
Ever hear
ends.
that?
My history comes full circle.
You have to do it.
Sensing its twin, the Wraith Blade uncoiled itself from me, and instead wound lovingly around its former self. I felt its grip loosen, and as the blade left me, its absence chilled me more than its presence ever had. A foreboding sense of emptiness and loss stole over me, and a terrible revelation gathered like a storm at the edge of my awareness. With all other foes exhausted, the conjoined blades turned themselves on me, and I realized, finally, why I had sensed nothing when Janos offered me the blade. The Reaver was never forged to be a soul-stealing weapon. The ravenous, soul-devouring entity trapped in the blade was, and always had been, me. This is why the blade was destroyed when Cain tried to strike me down. The Reaver could not devour its own soul. The paradox shattered the blade. So, this was my terrible destiny.
He's gonna beat
Play
the Soul
out
Reaver,
this
literally?
purgatorial cycle for all eternity. I could not bear it. Despair overwhelmed me.
Is Cain gonna save him?
Are you enjoying this game? Don't fight it, Raziel. Give into it. Was this your destiny for me all along? Trust me. I felt myself weakening, unable to hold
This is
on
insane.
any longer. The Reaver was too strong. The compulsion to simply let go, too great. And then, a growing sense of vertigo and the familiar displacement. The paradoxical moment when my twin soul hovered both outside and inside the Reaver blade. This was the instant, the glimmer of temporal distortion Cain had been counting on all along. This was the edge of the coin, the minute flicker of probability upon which Cain had gambled everything.
Now you are free to reclaim your true destiny, Raziel.
Behind Cain's eyes, I could see new memories blooming and dying as history labored to reshuffle itself around this monumental obstruction. And I could see by the dawning horror on his face that perhaps we had strained history too far this time. That by trying to alter my fate, he may have introduced a fatal paradox.
My God. The Hilden. We walked right into their trap. Raziel, Janos must stay dead.
But Cain's warning was lost as I slipped into the spirit realm, too weak to maintain my physical form. And there, waiting for me as always, was the Reaver, the Wraithblade, my own soul, twinned and bound eternally to me. And I realized that I could never escape my terrible destiny. I had merely postponed it. History abhors a paradox.
Well, that's that, guys. Good morning and being able to finish that. Not a super long game. I don't know if there's any sort of secrets or anything like that, but that was pretty good. My only complaint is that I was hoping to get a little bit more conclusive with it or something, you know. In Defiance is like more of an action game. It's really not as much like puzzle solving, etc. Not a bad game by any means. It's been so long since I played like Blood Omen 2. I forget all the shit there. Alright, guys. Well, we finished another one. That's our second playthrough. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'm probably going to upload these over the next week or so, and then all that will be up to. Take care. We'll see you later.